Welcome to Things Invest, where we talk about investing, finance, and professional development. With respect to recording time of 9:45 a.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $4,101, up about close to 1% so far. On the overall crypto market, besides selective altcoin, both MagTech and Luna are both down respectively close to 2% so far, but the overall crypto market, in addition to the equity market, is surging nicely. Seems like the window dressing among the fund managers community and the Santa Claus rally, it seems like it's sustaining despite Christmas has already passed, right? Just want to say, hope you guys had a great weekend. By the way, I had a relatively, wonderful Boxing Day yesterday. I know Boxing Day is more of a thing for people in the North American region and obviously for people in the UK. But anyways, hope you guys had a great weekend all collectively. And as of the moment right now, Ethereum, on a technical perspective, is currently hovering just at the level that we have ideally identified so far with respect to above $4,000. Obviously above the next substantive resistance level, the $3,843. And right now we are trying to get back up to in proximity of the 4,158, which is the next level, right? You can see Bitcoin is leading the effort, currently hovering up to the $51,617. So we are above the critical support level, and we have been supported basically during this whole entire weekend, and that's a good sign in terms of more bullish momentum coming. Seems like the percolations around, obviously the bull flag that we've been talking about for both respectively Bitcoin and Ethereum are forming nicely. So it's just a matter of time. When is the confirmation from the market in terms of, triangulating into a surge coming? And that's something that should be, in the near term. So we'll see how that goes, right? And let's take a look at the news front before I just jump right into the technicals. Collectively today on some of the news front is basically talk about some of the airline cancellations, right? Based on the COVID cases that's spiking among the airline employees, the crews. It seems like based on the Christmas holiday, in the past couple of days so far, a lot of flights. I think collectively about 1,000 flights was canceled, from American Airlines, from Delta Airline, United Airline, and just me watching the news last night, seems like a lot of people were stuck at the airport or had to spend Christmas, at the airport. So that was definitely just absolutely, depressing to see. To be honest with you, I spent a relatively good time with just friends and family during Christmas. I hope you guys all had the great fortune, or that or lucky enough to actually do so. Unlike some of the folks that were stuck on the at the airport, or had to spend time on the airplane during Christmas time, which is just crazy. And on the news front, I would say there are some interesting news here and there that pops up, but let's just dive right into the technicals because that's the bread and butter. Without having the news to kind of disrupt our thought process. So let's just dive right into it right now. So with respect to recording time of 9:50 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum just hovering nicely, right? We're sustaining above a support level. We are still in a bull wedge. At the same time, we are at the neutral level, right? Around like the high 40-ish, right? Or just approximately to the 50s. So as we get tighter and tighter and tighter, and we have seen that we're getting tighter and tighter and tighter, we have not cracked below 4,000 for the last, I would say, 48 to 60 hours so far. So that means that we are holding on, and it seems like there are more long-term investors in play. So this is a good sign. So I do think the bullish momentum is going to come. It's just a matter of when, but not if you may, right? So with respect to Bitcoin at the moment right now, we are attempting to go up to the next level, the 52,723. Right now it's still at the neutral level. So we are still in this downward wedge momentum, right? Forming this bull flag, right? Comparable to Ethereum. So as we break above the 52,723, which is the next level consolidation, right? We will have a good shot of actually reaching to 60K all over again if that was the case that we actually confirm, right? With respect to Dogecoin, it's currently 1919 right now, and up about close to 1% right now. Anywhere from 16 below are still good levels, but right now the 53 out of 70, so it's like okay level, not the best, not the worst, right? So a lot of okays at the moment right now, if you may, right? If you compare that to our risk management charts, right? Cardano is currently up about close to 8%. We broke above 145. So right now we are hovering just above like the 160, about approximately 150, right? But we try to get to 160, and you can see that as we got to 160, we cool back down, right? And the reason we cool back down is because like we're basically levitating at the moment. We have to either go to 173 or come back down to 145, right? And right now we're running really hot at the basically 60 out of 70. So not the best, not the worst, but definitely not a good idea to buy in at the moment because the risk is relatively high. And for us to get to 173, that's going to be a little bit of a pressure, right? Because as you get higher, the risk is higher, but also you demand a larger entry price level for investors. So not sure how that will translate into more buying pressure, knowing the fact that we're already overbought. So people need to take profits, right? And people are incentivized to take profits as we go up. And you know how many times where people take profits, and people have taken profits many times at the current level right now. So if we don't sustain, we will basically come back down to 145. I'll ideally just buy anywhere from 134 to 120, which, you know, I know some of my friends here on YouTube actually got in. So congrats to you for, you know, taking the logical risk at that time, right? Basically 3 Saturdays or weekends, right? And with respect to Solana, which is the next one, you could see that clearly we broke above $200 at the moment. We are at the 60 out of 70, so you know that we are relatively hot right now. Again, right, congrats to the ones actually bought in when we're at the 155, right, 133 to 113. Right now, would I be, you know, buying at the moment? I would say probably not, because of the fact that, you know, we're relatively demanding a premium at the moment, and at the same time, as the price increases, you know, it's gonna demand a higher risk tolerance as well. So ideally, you know, again, right, stay within the logical frame of reference, and we got there 2 Saturdays ago, right? So that was the dip that we were technically need to incur, right? So I probably just wait off, and if you bought in, just hold, because I think, you know, based on the momentum, we could potentially get even higher. And next level is going to be around like obviously the flat level, right, the 210, and then next level is going to be a big leap up to the 235 for some reason. XRP is currently up about 2.39%. Right now, contemplating, do we go up or do we go down? I think right now, it's in not the most bullish setup right now with the 53 out of 70. And we try to get to $1. We got to 101 previously, but you could see clearly we could not get there. So right now, I think coming back down is more likely than going up right now, because of this is kind of like a head and shoulder in a way, but like a mini one. So yeah, I would say ideally 88 to 78 is still a better dip for us. Respect to polkadot is up about 10% right now, running really hot right now. We are reversing because of the downward wedge, right? Again, this is kind of like a bull flag compared to like Ethereum and Bitcoin, and this is the surge coming. And right now with this 56 out of 70, again, right, anywhere from the 26 to below is still a better level. I think right now we probably just hold. And when you feel like, you know, your tolerance is good enough, probably take some profit, right? But if you believe in Polkadot, hold it for a long term. But if you really want to take some profit while at the same time, you know, take some profit at the same time, maybe take 40% off the table, like the 40% of the profit that you generate, and then keep that in the cash reserve and then buy it when it comes back down. I think that's like the typical method that I use. ALGORAND's up about 1.35%, running really hot as well. Reversal is all happening right now. So right now, but you know, for me, it's still at the 60 out of 70, so it's not the best, you know, in terms of incurring risk. So anywhere from 135 to below is still better for us. Shiba Inu is flat for some reason right now, despite the whole altcoin market is kind of up right now. And again, right, anywhere from 2,900 to below is still better level for us, right? MagTac is down about 2.33% right now. The reason is because we're selling down. We could not get to the $3 mark. We got to 292 yesterday. Right now, it's basically on the verge of coming back down, right? We are on the 65 out of 70, so very overbought still. So we need to come back down to 175 to 143 for us to feel even logically to incur risk at the moment. And AVAX is currently up about 3.71%. Again, right, same thing. It's coming back down right now. 81 to 60 is still better level for us. Luna, you can see that we cracked to 103 earlier this morning, and we're selling back down right now, and I think we are going to be in for a sell-off coming. So I would not touch this right now. This is in for a sell-off anywhere from 62 to 52 to 45 is still a better level for us to incur. So let's take a look at the news now to see if there's anything interesting. I would say collectively there are a lot of news in comparisons to weekend. Seems like the publication companies are probably playing catch up at the moment, which makes sense, right? We have had like basically a 3 days off, including yesterday, right? So the first one that is interesting is Bazinga 3 hours ago. How about a breast cancer charity? Is an organization that's founded by Susan G. Komen. Now accepts Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Shiba Inu as a form of donation. So interesting. Seems like some non-for-profit organizations are accepting, in addition to cash, obviously, that they're accepting cryptocurrencies as well. The next one's on CoinDesk about 3 hours ago about Cardano polkadot jumps as Bitcoin holds 50K. This is an article about the lag effects that we see. It seems like with respect to the key coins and the altcoins, sometimes like there's a lag effect. When Bitcoin is surging but the altcoin side is still kind of lagging a little bit. But then in subsequent days, you see that the altcoin is surging and then the Bitcoins and Ethereum is kind of lagging. So it's kind of like the relationship that they're depicting here. It seems like as Bitcoin is able to hold 50K, the altcoin market is surging. It's just that Cardano and Polkadot are surging a little bit more prominently than others. So interesting. And then the next one's on Cointelegraph about 6 hours ago. Talk about a Mexican billionaire says that buy Bitcoin and New Year message. It seems like this is a Twitter post that this guy, he's the third richest person in Mexico. He just sends a note, like name dropping Bitcoin. Obviously, he's an investor in Bitcoin. That's why he's saying it, but nothing really substantive. Obviously, he does probably own a lot of Bitcoin, knowing the fact that he's a billionaire. But does it really change any course of nature in terms of the long-term value proposition? Not really, I would say. It's just more of a trivial thing. And then the next one that I see, a lot of just like non-substantive news. Just talking about what's been happening recently, what happened during this weekend. Bitcoin sustaining over 51K over the weekend holidays. So nothing really substantive. Let's just do a recap right now because a lot of these news is talk about someone's girlfriend for some reason. I don't know why they would even talk about something like that on Market Watch. It seems like the news are kind of not the most substantive, and I don't want to waste your time by talking about someone's like husband led a double life with investing in Bitcoin, has a secret girlfriend. I don't understand why that is even a news, but quite interesting. So these are the risk management levels that we have identified collectively for these coins. I know that you guys gave me some homework assignments to include some other additional coins, right? It seems like the list is getting a little bit stuffy now, so I need to find a better way to do it, and I'm gonna spend some time on working on the Patreon this week before the New Year. So I want to release something, after New Year's, momentarily. But ultimately, it needs to be something that's substantive. So I'm refining, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, right? So I want to make sure that it's something that I would actually use, that I find it to be helpful and intuitive at the same time. So I really appreciate your patience and your support on a daily basis. And let me know how it goes for today's Monday. I know some of you guys are probably off as well, so hope you guys have a great weeks off or something like that. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.